Hey, Magic fans, welcome back. This is your captain speaking here on Capnclydes MTG. We're going to go over all the information we've gotten so far coming out of Las Vegas's Magic Con, and we've got some doozies. So before we get started, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell to stay up to news on all the happenings here in Magic, and help support the channel so we can stay sponsor free. Links in the description to buy cards, all other jazz, and yada yada, yakety schmackety. So moving on. Let's look at it. So at MagicCon, we've had a lot of announcements so far. Here's a list of things that have been announced as of yesterday. So, Foundations of Magic, the next era. So, things to talk about here is the new Foundation set, the newer sets that will be released and when they expect to come out, along with the Marvel collaboration and Tabletop and Beyond. So, first, we'll talk about the new era of Foundations. We all know what Foundations is. If you don't, it is the new basically, it is a new base set that will stay in rotation for quite some time. And it's supposed to be simple, easy for people to learn, collect, and be part of Magic when they first start. So you can see things here. We have Refute has been spoiled. Counterspell, draw a card, discard a card. This is insane as a common. Just want to put that out there. Because, yeah. I mean, drawing a discard can be bad if you have no cards in hand, but you're playing blue and you're wanting to filter cards anyway. Countering your opponent's spell and then drawing a discard is exactly what you're looking for, not just in a common. And we have the full art version here, which is pretty nice. It shows us down here where they're all available from. You can scroll over a little bit so you can see that this is also in the pre-release packs, Arena Store, Limited, Jesus. Wild cards on Arena. Same here. Oops. Get out of here. So yeah, this is basically available everywhere as far as the art goes. Another card that was spoiled was Herald of the Dawn, 4 white and 4 for a 6/6 flash. You can't lose the game. Your opponents can't win the game. This is I believe this one's a reprint. Available in the same areas, but you can see very nice, very pretty. I do like it, and it's a nice mythic. So, moving on, our innovations lead to exciting changes, yada yada. We've heard your concerns. We are streamlining our release cadence next year, spreading it out further with balanced, digestible schedule that includes Magic settings and Universes Beyond. Upcoming Universes Beyond boosters will be legal in all formats. Standard will also begin rotating with the calendar year in 2027, providing players more places to play cards they love in formats they choose. I don't know how that makes any sense, but whatever. Also, they are going to start listing the manufacturer's retail sale price. That's right, MSRP is coming back to Magic, and I've got my reasons on that, and we'll talk about that in a later video. So we're building on these foundations to set this year with foundations that continue in 2025 and beyond, yada, yada, yada. So next year, one of the first sets we're going to get is going to be Innistrad Remastered. Don't know if this is a good idea. Innistrad was one of their worst performing sets and technically still is. So yeah, we'll see how that flies. But in the set, there will be Edgar Markov, one of the sweetest commander cards. And used to be one of the most expensive until now, because this is definitely going to dip that price, because heaven forbid something be worth money. Anyway, there's going to be play boosters and collector boosters for this product. You can see that these are available in both this format anyway, this format as well. However, if you look at this may be the selling point that they're trying to corner in the market, we'll say. You see here, we have the poster style with serialization like we saw in the second printing of Lord of the Rings. And this style and art became very popular in Lord of the Rings, pushing that set to a very, very high premium, especially right now. So, although the rest of the set and booster boxes may not be all that glamorous or really wanted per se, depending on what's in it, knowing that cards like this that are serialized are going to be in collector boosters is probably going to make these collector boosters sell very well. My guess, the regular booster boxes are probably going to be at best at price or tank. depending on what they put in it. But the collector boosters are going to be a whole nother animal that are going to explode in the marketplace. So, yeah. Then we move on to our next set. We have Aether Drift. That's right. Starting. Innistrad events will start January 17th to 13th, which means around Christmas, the pre-order for this Innistrad thing will probably start happening. Aether Drift is going to start and have its pre-release in February, so it's going to be a real tight schedule between those two products coming out, which is kind of contradictory to what they just said about balancing this shit. But anyway, see here we have a couple cards. We have Daretti, Rocket Engineer, red and 4 for a star 5. He has power equal to the greatest mana value among artifacts you control, and whenever he enters or attacks, choose target artifact card in your graveyard. You may sacrifice an artifact. If you do, return the chosen card to the battlefield. Then we have the Earth Rumbler, green and 4 for a 7/6 Vigilance Trampler. That if you exile an artifact or creature card from your graveyard, it becomes a vehicle or just recruit for 3. As an uncommon, this seems amazingly powerful if you can just mill yourself a lot. Just saying. Not to mention it has Vigilance, which means it's never tapped. So you can swing with it, you can block with it, as long as you got artifacts to sack to it. And milling yourself is honestly not hard, not in the least. So we got that going on. We don't know what the product's going to look like. We also got a picture of a new Gearhulk. It is the bright glass Gearhulk. It is very pretty. 2 white, 2 green for a 4/4 first striking trampler. When this creature enters, you may search your library for up to 2 artifact, creature, and or enchantment cards, mana value 1 or less. Reveal them, put them into your hand. This is insanely good for 4 mana. Not only is it a 4/4 first striker, that's going to be a terror in standard probably, but if there's a lot of good 1 mana artifacts out there, whether it be creatures, artifacts, or enchantments, this house is going to get them for you. And not even legendary, still a mythic, but not legendary, which means you can have 4 of these bad boys on the table at one time, and God knows what other artifacts, enchantments, or other 1 value creatures that may be popping off with it. So yeah. Again, doesn't show any of the products on this one, so let's see. It says follow Chandra Nalar as she races through the Omen Pass and across 3 planes of the multiverse, chasing victory for an incredible prize. Release on February 14th. It's going to be a death race if you die. Interesting. Next, we get Tarkir Dragonstorm. Yeah, baby. We're going back to Tarkir. That's what we're talking about right there. So, dragons take flight across the skies of Tarkir, each flap of their wings ripping through the Omen Pass. Join one of the 5 resurgent clans of Tarkir as they strike back against this threat in the multiverse. Familiar faces like Sarkhan Vol and Ugin have returned. My boy, Sarkhan's back. Finally. Been waiting. Their presence ripping across the set with, we're excited to share more of the Dragonstorm with you as it arrives on August 1st. Man, that's going to be during Gen Con. Whatever. Breathe. Then, of course, we have Final Fantasy. They got a nice little video about it, so we won't play that. But Final Fantasy represents a rich and iconic element of natural fit to Magic gameplay. You'll see characters like Cloud, Terra, Lightning, and Noctis. I guess I'm saying that right. Along with summons, monsters, and rivals from across Final Fantasy series. Oh, the iconic Chocobo to the terrifying Behemoth. They're cards that will bring Final Fantasy Universe into your hands. This is phenomenal. I cannot wait to see Cloud, Sephiroth, Tifa. I'm big on 7, in case you didn't realize that. And the summons, Knights of the Round, I hope's in there. Oh, it's going to be so sweet. I'm really stoked to see this one set the most this year, probably. Well, the Marvel set's up there too. So moving on, we have a set called the Edge of Eternities. We have some beautiful art here, which has Tezzeret in it, which is already something that terrifies me. But we can see here, Magic ventures into sci-fi fantasy with Edge of Eternities, exploring what lies beyond the known multiverse. Talks about cosmic power, and discover what lies the heart of this turbulent galaxy when the set's released. Looks cool. I'm excited to see a space thing that's serious, not Infinity. You see, we got spaceships, black holes. Tezzeret does fit here as a planeswalker, as he's such an artificer. He definitely belongs in this set, although he's probably going to be the bad guy, so I'm a little excited to see who the good guy is. Now would be a good time, Wizards, for a new planeswalker who has no connection to anything else and doesn't appear anywhere else, so that he's special. Special. Anyway, moving on. So then we have the collaboration of Marvel, which comes at the end of the year, apparently. We have a little sheet here. It shows Aether Drift, 214. Cons, Dragonstorm, 411. Final Fantasy at 6. Edge of Eternity's at 8. Spider-Man to be announced along with UUB, which whatever that means. So, notice the sets are about 2 months apart. I mean, I guess that's better spacing, for lack of a better word. But also, don't forget, we have the Innistrad Remastered set sliding in here in January. So technically, it's a set, and then 2 months spacing. And that's if they don't put any other sets in here. Let's remember that. Because if we reflect back, and let's roll back the rollback machine here to previous sets. In 2023, they had 8 sets in a year. That included all the specialty sets. They had 7 last year I could find, off the top of my head and from looking. They're currently at 7. So if they add any more, it'll be 8. And if they're supposed to be reducing print runs, is it really reducing print runs if you just squeeze more sets in and print less of them? I mean, technically. But again, how much can someone's wallet take of that? So, yeah. But, so I'm excited. There's what it looks like so far we've got from MagicCon Las Vegas. Stay tuned. We'll have another video later. We'll cover some of the other things like the standard rotation and the MSRP return. So, thanks a lot. Until next time, be kind. And as always, I hope to see you across from the game table.